Hi guys, welcome to my online data academy. In today's lesson, we are going to learn about cell references in Excel and how we can use dollar sign in cell references. I believe that cell references is very important topic, especially if you are planning to learn more about different formulas and functions in Excel. So let's go and see what are cell references. There are mainly three types of cell references: relative cell references, absolute cell references, and mixed cell references. In this lesson, we are going to learn each of these category one by one, taking some examples. So I'm going to work you through step by step how we can use uh, relative cell references, absolute cell references, and mixed cell references, and you will be expert by the end of this. So let's go to the first category, relative cell references. Relative cell reference is the most commonly used type of cell reference in Excel. It is the default type of cell reference in Excel, and in most of the function we use relative cell reference. Let's go to this example here and try to understand exactly what is a relative cell reference. In here I have listed down different type of fruits here and their price and the quantity we bought. And in this example we need to calculate the amount we have paid for each of these fruit. To do that, we can simply multiply this figure, the quantity, by price. So we can multiply this cell by this cell. So it correctly calculated the total amount paid for apples. So we need to repeat the same thing to all these fruits, and we need to calculate the amount paid for each of these fruit. To do that, we can simply drag this formula down. So when we are dragging this formula, it's just not copying the same formula here. So if you go and double click here, you can see the formula B7 multiplied by C7. But in here, if you go here, you can see it is B8 multiplied by C8. It has the cell reference has changed into these two cells. So if you go here, you can see it's changed according to the row number. This reference has changed here. So that is what we call relative cell referencing. So what happened here is when I insert the formula here, and when I dragging one by one until end of end of here, what will happen is the cell reference move each time one by one each time. So now I think now you can understand what is relative cell reference. So let's go to the next example, absolute cell reference. In this example, I have listed down different subjects in this first column, and how many students have passed each of these subjects, and this is the total number of students in the classroom. So we need to calculate the pass rate. So it is very simple calculation. You just need to divide this figure, this number of students who passed the exam, by this number, the total students. So so we have to repeat the same thing again and again, but this time the denominator should not be changed like last time. So if we click here and if we divide by this and we need to and in here I have, you can see all these cells are formatted as percentage, so it automatically take in the percentage here. So it correctly calculated the percentage. If I double click here, you can see this figure has divided by this one. So what happened if I drag this formula down? if I drag this formula, it is using the relative cell reference. You can see it has automatically moved down here, this cell, but instead of that we need to use the same cell, same denominator every time. So we need to fix this cell. So to do that, we can go here and we need to fix this B5 cell. So we have to type $mark in front of B letter and in front of this number here, number 5, and then I will click enter here. And if I drag this formula down now, you can see now it is correctly calculated all these numbers here. So if I click here, you can see it's referring into this this cell here, and if I go here, it is referencing the same cell. It is not changing. Okay, let's go to the next example. In this example, we are looking at mixed cell reference. Normally, mixed cell reference is useful in where there is a matrix type of data set. So in example here we are going to create the outcome of different scenarios. For example, in here I have listed different price forecast of a product. So we believe that the price of the product in next year can be 10, 15, 20 or 25. And here I have listed the quantity forecast. So the quantity could be either 1000. So in next year 1000 of unit could be sold, or 1200 or so on. We don't know exact amount, but we just have a forecast. So we need to calculate the revenue of each these scenario. For example, if we sold 1000 unit at $10, how much we earn, and if we sell 1200 unit at 10, how much revenue we receive. So this is the table of all the outcomes of each of these scenarios. This is a very simple scenario I have taken, but in practical situation it will be lot difficult and lot more complicated than this. But to show it clearly what is mixed cell reference, I use this example. So in here what we need to do is we need to multiply this number and this to get the outcome of this scenario. And if the price is 10 and if we have sold 1600 unit, then we need to multiply this by this to take the outcome of this scenario. So I will type this here, this formula. So I am just multiply this by this and press enter. But if I drag this down here and if I cross all across the table, then it is not working. So if I click here and see there is it calculated very giving a very large number. So to fix that, what we can do is we can use mixed reference. In here you can see these all the price forecasts are listed on the row number 5. So we need to fix that row, and all the quantity forecast is listed in column B. So we need to fix that row, that column, because B column is the where the quantity forecast is listed. So we need to fix this column. So to do that, what we can do is we can put $sign in front of this B column, because we need to fix that column, and we need to put a $mark in front of the number 5, because we need to fix this row number 5. And if I press enter here, And then if I drag this formula now, you can see it is automatically calculating all the outcome of each of all of these scenario correctly. So if I click here, you can see it is referring to the correct cells, and if I click here, you can see it is referring to the correct cell. And if I click here, you can see all the scenarios are correctly calculated. So that is what we call mixed cell reference. To summarize what we have learned today, so if you want to use absolute reference, so if you want to fix one cell, so you need to use dollar sign in front of the column and also in front of the row. So if you use like that, no change in column or row, so exactly same number is dragging down. And if you want to just change the column, you don't use the dollar mark in front of the column letter represent that column. Just put a dollar mark in front of the row number. So if you type like this, there is no change to the row, but column is changing. And if you want to fix the column, then you have to type the dollar mark in front of the letter that represent that column. So for example, if you want to fix this column, you have to put column A, put dollar mark in front of the letter A here. So then there will be no change to column, but the row number will be changed. And in relative reference, we don't put any dollar marks. Then both of this column and this row number is changing when we are dragging the formula down or across the rows. It will automatically change according to the reference of cell. So I think now you have good understanding of what is relative reference, absolute reference, and mixed reference, and how you can use them, how the dollar sign is used in mixed references and absolute references. So thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, give a thumbs up and subscribe this channel if you like to watch more video like this. Thank you for watching.